Okay, you rolling? You recording?
Yes.
Okay, hi Steemit. This is Cryptogee here. I did a little article on Memory Palace and how to use your Memory Palace to remember things. My Memory Palace just starts over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk around and I'm going to see if I can remember those 20 items that I wrote in that article. I haven't checked them since yesterday, so we're just going to check and see how it goes. So Mini G is going to give me the camera now. We're going to walk up. Thank you.
Hi guys.
Yeah, there's Mini G helping me film. Okay, so
We're just going to go in the park over there.
yeah, we're going to start over here. Just walk a little bit slower for me. So this is where my Memory Palace starts. So over there, in order to remember a tennis ball, just where that person is, just where the car is just driving there, I imagined a massive person with a tennis ball for a head. How funny is that, Mini G? Yeah, so I just imagined just over here there was a huge person with a tennis ball and they were teetering like that. And so the first item on our list is tennis ball. Then I imagined us walking along here, and of course this route was where I used to take little Mini G when she was a baby. Used to take her to watch the dogs being walked. So coming up to here, I imagined a huge Nike trainer. Just here, I'll go and keep that open for us. A huge Nike trainer, and the tennis ball guy jumps in it and it falls over. And that Nike trainer has a number 2. Let's just shut the door here. So you can see this is a doggy park. Okay, so coming along here, Mini G, I imagined that grandma was right here on a big purple space hopper bouncing up and down. Yeah.
My grandma definitely would not do that.
That's right, your grandma would definitely not do that, but that's why we did it. Then I imagined walking along here. I imagined walking along here and I just saw here a tiny yellow BMX bike with a number 4 on it and a cat trying to ride it. So BMX Bike is the next one, and that's number 4. Okay. Then just coming along here on this bench, I imagined a slug, a huge slug smoking a pipe, just sitting on this bench, and he had a number 5 on his head. So he was the 5th item. And then just coming along here, we're going to go just a bit quickly now because there's a bit of a gap between this one and my next item. We'll probably end up speeding this video in the edit if it takes too long because it's quite a walk. Okay, just up there where those kids are, that's where I imagined a huge giant measuring beaker going right up into the sky with loads of 6s in it. So the 6th item was a measuring beaker. The 7th item I imagined to be just on the corner of this gate where the school is, and that is the 7th item. What was it? You know what? I'm not sure if I used a strong enough image. Now, that's the thing with the Mind Palace. If you could just hold this for me, with the Mini G.
Yeah.
The thing is about the Mind Palace is you've got to make sure that the images you use are quite strong ones. So obviously a slug smoking a pipe, or my 87-year-old mother, Mini G's grandmother, bouncing up and down on a purple space hopper, very strong and quite funny images. Now number 7, I imagined something here. Let me just take the camera back from here. Sorry guys. Right, so as I was saying, number 7, I cannot remember it. We'll have to come back to that. Okay, let's let's carry on there. I didn't use a strong enough image, I don't think. Okay, so number 8. So I'm not going to get my 50-point bonus if I don't remember number 7 before we get to number 8. What image did I use? Okay, well there you go. There's a bit of a lesson, and that just goes to show I'm not cheating. I'm not reading off a list here. Okay, so number 8, I can remember that quite vividly because I imagined a lady dancing on a small lap. In fact, this person is reminding me of it, on a small statue of Abraham Lincoln. And so therefore number 8 is the Lincoln Memorial. Right, now if we go down this way, we're looking at number 9 now on the list. And for number 9, I imagined, there you go, if we go over to that bench over there, little mini G, number 9, yeah, just here, I imagined a guy standing here, just where you're standing, with trying to cram as many biros in his mouth as possible. And we called that, so that was a box of biros. If we go down this way now, so we've got a little walk down to the end of the path before we get to number 10.
Near that bench.
Yeah, near that bench, or even past that actually. Still trying to remember what number 7 is. Yeah, well there you go, Steemit. As you can see, it's not infallible. You've just got to make sure you use a strong enough image. Okay, so number 10 is actually a little bit further on, and number 10 is just on this corner, and I imagined a very old UK TV personality called Dale Winton, dressed as a vampire, trying to chase me. Just where Mini G is standing there. So number 10 is a vampire. Right, okay. Now just walking along here, I just imagined on this bench, just coming along here, I imagined a huge 10-foot rose which was spitting out acid. And it was like a number, that was number 11, that was it, and I had to dodge the path. Then we go down, we're going to go and use this gate here just on the left to get, oops, careful, it's a bit icy. We're going to use this gate here on the left to get in. Okay, if you just push open. Thank you.
Really icy.
Right, now we're going to go over to this wall, the climbing wall, and I imagined that the wall had a little bottom, a butt at the end of it, and was laying eggs, a dozen eggs. So that's number 12. Okay, if we come over here. Now this, I was a little bit sketchy actually over how the layout of this was, but I seem to remember, I imagine myself standing here looking to that side and seeing a person with a huge man's body and a woman's legs using a dishcloth to do a little dance. That was number 13. And then over here, just standing, oh no, sorry, it was standing over here at this crossroads. I imagined a boy, Mini G, about your size, holding out his hand like that, and he was showing me some small brown puppies. Then I walked over to here, and there was an old lady squeezing aftershaves out of her boobies. So number 15 is aftershaves. Good acting. Okay.
Oh, this is very icy.
So icy. Okay, we're gonna go over here.
I bet it's gonna snow. And Merry Christmas, Cryptogee. Have a lovely Christmas.
Say Merry Christmas, Steemit. It's a bit early for Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Steemit. And also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe and put a big thumbs up.
Okay. Bye. Right, now let's go over here. Number 16, I imagined. Careful, careful, it's very slippery. Okay, number 16, I imagined on this bit of equipment here that there was a man dressed up as a sort of Victorian strongman, and he'd put a glass table on there and was trying to pull himself up on the glass table. Okay. Morning. And then, very well, very well. And then on here, just making a video, on here I imagined a friend of mine trying to exercise her rug. So that's number 17 is a rug. And then on this bit of equipment here, if you could demonstrate how that works, on this bit of equipment here I imagined two clowns facing each other with 3 wine glasses on their head each. So 3 wine glasses.
Hi.
Then we're going to go back over here.
Yep.
And number 19, I imagined a very tiny version of Albert Einstein trying to teach some small green cows the theory of relativity. And he had a 19 on his board, so that's number 19. And then right here, I imagined a giant can of Coke that just got bigger and wider. No matter how, I basically couldn't get past it. So number 19 was a can of Coke. So if I can give you this mini G here, just watch the finger over the lens. Okay, so basically that's it. Can you see my face? That's
sort of, not really.
That's basically it. Move around so maybe you can see it. So that's basically it. I've taken you on a little journey on the Memory Palace. We remembered 19 out of the 20 things. I can't remember number 7.
Yeah.
Because I didn't use a strong enough image. So that just goes to show that it can actually be done. You can remember it as long as you use strong images, and the funnier the better. You know, grandmother bouncing on a space hopper is brilliant. You know,
and nuts.
Boy doing little tiny brown puppies, that sort of thing. And you'll remember. So I hope you enjoyed this little walk around my memory palace.
Bye.
Bye.